GM,
Good morrow, sir.
good morning. What's happening?
I'm trying to figure out what the verbal, because GM is dead.
No!
They took GM out back with Wagme and shot it in its head. And the new greeting is the salute emoji, which I'm not even sure you have. Have you updated your iPhone? Do you even know what
I think it stays updated, yeah.
You don't see a bunch of question marks all over Twitter recently, do you? Like you look down, you see people.
Oh. No. I see that. I see it.
Okay, good.
Like when you post it, yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So that is the new motto of the NFT and crypto world.
Why though? I always felt like that was like going down with the ship. Maybe that was just the timing.
Shit,
I don't know.
Well, welcome to crypto. The last 3 weeks,
Is that what it is?
Last Wednesday, when we hit our capitulation low, the homie Icebergy, I don't know if you guys follow good old Icebergy, he put up the salute emoji. Everybody checked in underneath, and it has become a sign of camaraderie. It has become the rallying call of those who are left. We are now here and bonded by the salute. It is our greeting to each other. Get it tattooed on your fucking chest. This is the symbol, baby. Anybody left now is going to be magnanimously rich. You could say WGMI about everyone who's here when you look around, because ain't nobody stuck around who doesn't give two shits about this market. And fucking love the salute, baby. Fucking love.
Yeah, I'm here for the salute. We could do a salute.
Yes,
we could do a salute
here. Throw those salutes up in the chat. We love them. And if
GM guys, yeah.
And if you see a bunch of question marks in the chat right now, go update your phone. This was the phenomena. There they are.
You know what? I can't see them though on the chat.
Oh, that's funny. On the computer probably.
Yeah, I could see them on Twitter on my PC, but not. Oh, there they are.
Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, Shubs, what the fuck? Where you been, man? It's all good. Shubs has been trading the coins throughout all of this, I have no doubt. Probably killing it too.
Yes, sir. Yes. Forget it. School season. I believe everyone's just graduating now, right? That's it's big graduate. At least here in the West, it is big graduation.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Everyone's. It's funny. In NFTs, right? Like all of us. I realized all of our customers have been in class, and that's one reason it's been super quiet. All of a sudden, a lot of them are. It's like, oh, you know, our mods are back. The mods were like, hey,
yeah,
I like the mods.
Just finished writing my 2,800 page thesis and graduating from my triple major, and you know.
And I thought to myself,
big brains here.
Wait a minute, is half this bear market because all of our customers had to go back to school?
Could be.
Yeah. And now they're all about to graduate, get off. You got the summer coming up. They ain't got nothing to do. Shit, I'm gonna buy JPEGs today.
That's it. Yeah, maybe it's the school cycle that is the markets rally around now. I guess
we gotta chart that.
You could be onto something, man. It's, you know what I mean. When I was that age, like, investing in anything was like there was a lot of friction, a lot of friction, and a lot of expenses and stuff like that, right? Like you had to have a broker, you had to call them, like you didn't just click a couple buttons online, and now you can just do it on your phone, which is great. I mean, I think that's incredibly important. But the amount of young people that I feel so old saying, "Oh, you young kids," but yeah, no, I mean it's awesome to see that people can do that, and I think that like it's a good test, like almost psychologically a little bit too, right? Like, you know, you do you do have to feel a little bit of pain in it every once in a while just to learn to kind of get a thick skin. Like, don't check your portfolio every day. You don't need to check it every hour. Sometimes if you're looking out over a long time horizon and not actively like day trading it or whatever, you just buy it, you set it and forget it. Right. I think it's really good to get that out of the way early, especially when you're, if you're 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, like you have tons of time to recover if you make a couple of, rough plays, right? You can go to zero a couple times and be all right.
One of my old, I'll call him acquaintances from FinTwit, made some I don't know, a lot of them are taking a victory lap on crypto right now because many in traditional finance don't love crypto and NFTs and consider it, not legitimate and all that stuff. So he said, man, I forget what the exact tweet was. He was like, man, I wish there was a conference. I wish that Miami conference was now so I could see the look on all the 24-year-olds with $1 million JPEGs that are worth I don't know, some comment.
Yeah.
Like that right now. So I responded, I said, well, NFT NYC is next month if you want to make fun of all the pores there. And I don't know, we went back and forth, but it was again, these are the people who are going to be buying your bags at the top. And it's a good sentiment gauge. You got to have some kind, I have found in trading, often it is not the people who are good who are your best follows. It is the people, and it's not even saying these people are bad. We're all the contra. Everybody becomes the contra at some point. I don't care how good you are. You get caught up in your own mental loops and your mental models. You miss something very big. And all of a sudden, you're the contra. All of a sudden, everything you do is wrong and everything that you didn't do was right. And it's funny, like, for years, I have had people in my stream who are just great contras. Like, I know if they're capitulating to the upside or the downside, we're about to reverse. So I've always found it as valuable to have those contras in your stream as like the very smart mentors who help form your models and really put you on the path to blah blah blah. They're great. You got to have them, but stack some contras too, man.
And that's such a great point too, because I used to have a WhatsApp chat from 2017 during that crypto bull run. That probably had about 50, 60, 70 local people in it. It was like friends of friends, or like it was that kind of group where they invited people that they knew in real life, and it kind of slowly grew. And it was a amazing sentiment gauge in the exact same way that you said it too, because at the height of it, like you could go back and you could trace the height of the market just based on the euphoria in that chat, right? Like you could probably peg the hour that Bitcoin hit its top or ETH hit its top based on the chat that was going on in there. And as crypto went down, it slowed down a little bit. And, that 70-person group, you'd see a couple people leave, more people become inactive. There was like some of the more stronger believers in it rather than just the speculative investment side of it that kept chatting and chatting and chatting. But then you go into like deep into 2018, then you go into 2019. And then all of a sudden you're in early 2020 and you realize that nobody has said anything in that group for 4 months.
Right.
And that's exactly when I started. I set a weekly buy on Bitcoin. I would, in hindsight, wish it was ETH, but I set a monthly buy on Bitcoin. I'm glad that I just got back into it anyways, because it was just like, oh, this is max pain, depression, like dead, crypto dead. Like these 70 people who were all in there just spamming away at the height of it, none of them are there anymore.
Right.
Time to buy. So,
and your normie,
it was a great chat for that.
Your normie friends are usually your best contras because they will come asking you about shit at the top every time.
Yeah.
And the problem with tops and the problem with bottoms, which you're going to experience this year, is that the top lasts longer than you think. I mean, you could argue we were topping for 3 months, right? And at any point there, had you said, oh, we're topping, let me sell everything, well, you had to sit there for 2 months and still watch people get rich on pumps, try not to deploy that capital, not get sucked into all the false pumps and hype drops that came up. And if you managed to do that and stayed completely liquid to today, holy shit, you can go out and buy everything you want on sale as low as it's going to get. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to ramp right up, but just as before, you would now buy things and maybe you have to wait a month. It goes a little lower, hurts for you to see it go a little lower. You thought you bought blah, blah, blah. But 3 months from now, all of a sudden you're 10x and you can, and the same cycle starts again. So being aware that especially in crypto and NFTs, you're going to have winters unlike other winters. Be liquid. This is what you need to figure out now. The next bull market's coming. I don't know if it's going to be next month, in 3 months, in 6 months. Everything's going to go up again. You're going to be sitting on a real portfolio. Think about this next winter. Think about the next winter and how you can prepare yourself.
Yeah, I also just want to say it does highlight the importance of, like, you don't have to take all of your positions in a black and white scenario, right? It doesn't have to be 100%. If you feel like the top is in, you don't need to sell every single asset that you have or every ETH that you have, right? Like, you can exit your position gradually. You could take 30% off, hold it into liquid, and then if the market runs up another 20%, you go, okay, this definitely feels the top. You can peel another 30% off, right? Like, yep. That was one of the big mistakes that I made early on. It was this idea of, like, all of my moves felt like I had to be, like, all in here, all out there, all, you know what I mean? And, like, it's just, it is the great way to get left behind, because, you know, there was a very real possibility that when ETH kind of was pushing that 5K mark, because we've seen it time and time again in crypto where all expectations are just blown away. Like, you could have looked a week later and it was at 7,500. Now, obviously that didn't happen in hindsight, but those possibilities are incredibly real. So timing the absolutes is not something that I can recommend in good conscience. I'm sure there are some great traders out there, but I don't even think great traders exit and enter positions 100%, right? Like, it's all about scaling.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there are, there's levels to this shit, right? Like, early on, you have to be very strict in following your models. As you get to the middle, you start to let your instinct play a little more of a role because you're developing it. Like, I always tell people, technical analysis is great, but unless you know how to read the tape, you're really just guessing, right? Because what the market is going to do will be revealed on the tape seconds or minutes before it happens, but learning to read it and then react to it, that takes a long time to hone and skill and figure out, so to say. So it's a process where you need to learn all the rules so that eventually you can unlearn them and become great. Learning all the rules will make you good. Then once you get that good, unlearning them will make you great. And that sounds crazy, right? Like, it's bizarre, but I think this is true in anything, no matter what you're mastering, right?
No, that is a great point.
You learn what everyone else is doing, and it makes you good. But then if you want to become great or legendary, you have to forge your own path. You have to make your own way of doing things. And again, I should say it's a process. Trading is a journey of self, learning yourself, learning what you're going to do and react.
You see this in sports all the time, in youth sports, right? Mm-hmm. They watch the pros, the SIG basketball, for instance, you watch the Steph Currys, the Kyrie Irvings. They have just incredible handles. They have incredible footwork, unlimited range on the shots. And, kids watch those games and be like, I want to be like that. And that's fantastic too. But you don't just start shooting 35, 40-foot jumpers, which is like well beyond the 3-point line, before you can shoot, an elbow jumper or something like that, right? Like, you have to learn the fundamentals. You have to go through that incredible work ethic of just starting to learn footwork, starting to learn dribbling, starting to learn, before you could do that stuff in games. And they are as great as they did because they were so dedicated to learning that craft from the ground up that now you could be creative like that. You can do the different things and do them on the fly and just, feel it organically and whatnot. But that is the culmination of, 20, 30 years of work, right? And it applies to so much. Like, I do this with my son all the time. Like, he plays hockey. He sees those guys do the weird, like, they scoop the puck up and spin around and fling the like, I see those kids do that all the time, but like, they can barely skate sometimes, right? It's like, let's walk before you run kind of thing. And it's fine. Kids are kids. They want to have fun. But the ones that really, really become great are the ones that like build from the ground up. They start. So,
well, I mean, Tiger Woods' swing was very unconventional when he was younger. Him and his dad. I mean, he was dominant as a player could be when he hit his stretch when he was young. He got injured and then he got a coach and he changed his swing and he did not do well for a long time. I believe he got into his own head at that point and started to listen to other people because his injury prevented him from doing what he could do naturally. So I think Mike Tyson, Tiger Woods, these are such great studies, even from a trading standpoint. It's all the same thing. It sounds bizarre, but it's all the same thing. When you start to learn, everything is about mind, right? It's about being in the zone, being in the flow, and about mind. And we're talking about being at the levels of greatness. You have to be good first. So you have to follow systems and you have to learn. I'm not telling everyone to go out there and be psychic and fucking, whatever. Yeah. I'm just saying that once you get there, if you want to take the next step to great, it's about dispensing with everything you've learned and finding out what you are, what makes you great. So.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it is like building those, that foundation into like almost muscle memory, right? Like where a lot, like probably with the TA that you do on charts and stuff like that, like initially it probably took you a lot of time and energy just to do a basic TA, find like trends and patterns and lines that, really work with your trading style and whatnot. But you do that for a couple of years and that stuff just becomes second nature, intuitive. You almost don't spend any time on that anymore. Now you're looking a little bit more depth. You look at another layer, another level. Is that kind of right too?
I almost don't use, the only thing I use basically are trend lines and an RSI for content. And back in the day, I used to do a lot of drawing on my chart.
Right. But that's where you unlearned, right?
Yeah, completely.
You learned all of this shit and then you kind of just deconstructed it.
Exactly. And yeah, I think that's well.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't run and catch a football if you can't run first, right? You got to learn that running needs to be natural, riding a bike, whatever. So let's look at what the markets are looking like right now because we woke up to some actual green, nice color. I don't even, where'd that page go? There we go. Bitcoin crossing over 30,000 again, $30,339. Ethereum, nice to see it over 2,000. It's $2,042 right now. They are up 3.1 and 4.6% respectively on the 24 hours. S&P was having a good morning pre-market. Let's see where it's at now. Yeah, it's rallied up a percent so far today. What are we looking at going into the weekend?
Well, it's it's OPEX right now, and we came in hot. We're actually cooling off a little bit, at least on the stock market. I would expect the next hour or two to go a little back and forth. We're not red, but we came off the highs a little bit. The market is at a very interesting level in the S&Ps, which is the 39.25, 39.35 level. If we can get above it, shorts are going to get squeezed pretty hard. Easily back up to 4,000, and then I believe we would see continuation into next week and get up to that 4,300 level. Depending on how much time that takes, we have a downtrend line from the all-time highs. You can pretty much draw this on any risk chart from this year because most things have been pretty highly correlated in that sense. But even if you just look at the S&P, you put a downtrend line from the top We bounced back up to 4,600 a couple months ago. It looked like largely the bad times were done, and then we just completely collapsed again, made new lows, or we got to similar lows, and the if we bounced back, like I said, into that 4,200 level, we were just bouncing right into that trend line. So it would feel good for all of us as we need some sort of relief. But truthfully, until we decidedly break that trend line to that downtrend line, it's very hard to say that we're out of the woods. In fact, if we got back up there, I would likely sell my short-term stuff and take a short, because even if we're going to V-shaped bounce, there's going to be a crazy reaction off that downtrend line. I mean, remember, everybody is in bear mode now, and most people are convinced that we are going through a period of elevated inflation, rising interest rates, and it's impossible to have a sustained move up in that atmosphere, which is largely true. I guess the only question is how much of it have we baked and priced in, and I guess we will find out. But I am expecting, as premium is cleared this morning, that we will eventually, towards the end of the day, start to move up. We are going to have a rally, I do think, next week into that 4,300 level, and we'll reassess there. I've been saying for a while, there's about a 5% chance we just V-shape back to all-time highs. Now, if we did that, I would get very, very, very short. I would actually think that we are putting in what will look like a double top, and then by October we will go right back to these lows, and then I think that will be an epic bear trap of magnanimous proportions that will send us to new all-time highs into 2023. But now we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's take the short term here. I do expect this relief bounce to have some legs into next week. That will obviously translate into crypto. As we know, macro is running everything right now. And yes, trick shots. I traded SPOOs for almost 20 years. It is my bread and butter. And I've been in crypto for a few years now, but S&Ps and traditional markets are my pedigrees.
Do you still trade them though? Like, or is this just like from?
Not since last February. I completely, when I went to BitClout last year, I basically ceased doing anything. I told you, I had been on Twitter for over a decade, tweeting charts and shit and everything I could about stocks and the S&P. And I gotten 700 followers. Like, I could not get any traction. I don't know if it was because I was shadow banned, reported, or just putting out bad content. But for one reason or the other, I could not get above that mark. And then I had been already obsessed with NFTs for a few years. I decided to reinvent myself and go to BitClout. And I basically just stopped trading futures. So,
and now my man is at 8,400 followers. Hell yeah. Look at that. No, I remember when you broke 1,000. We were pumped. Everyone was pumped
because honestly, that 300 from 7 to 1,000 took a while, and it was like, whatever. But yeah, it's good.
There's the salute we were talking about.
The salute, yeah, every morning, and that's stocks were much greener than they are now. Like I said, they cooled off slightly. Oh no, they're back. They're testing again. If we can get above that 39.35 on SPOOs right now, I think we see a pretty little squeeze to 39.75 there.
Yeah, it's a battle going on.
Yep. Yeah. This is not a normal options expiration, as we have had one of the hardest and I even in stocks. I mean, I talk to people in stocks, and last Wednesday, not this week, the week before, was one of the hardest days. And this week too. I mean, that minus 5% day on the NASDAQ was shocking. They almost tripped circuit breakers like towards the end of the day. So there's been a tough period if you are in risk assets all around. Because of that, it's not a normal OPEX. Normally on OPEX, I would tell you, look, they're going to run it both ways. It's either going to be up in the morning or down in the afternoon, or down in the morning or up in the afternoon. We had a chance for a gap and go today, just based on how bearish it's been. And internals were improving this week, right? Like, where people want to, like, where do you look for those turns in markets? Well, last week, you had 1,500 new lows on the NASDAQ. This week, 300. Okay, that's internals improving. That's one of my favorite metrics that I always watch, is how many new lows or how many new highs are being made. And on the NASI, making 1,500 new lows the week before, that was huge. We only made 300 this week. That is, again, that's the internals improving. We are going to have persistently high inflation. I don't think people are looking to stop. If people think we're trying to stop inflation, we're trying to slow it down to a manageable rate is essentially it. So I actually think we're already we got a Fed manufacturing index number last week. I'm still having PTSD over. I still think people are discounting how big a miss that was in the New York Fed. But I think the reason that happened was because the Federal Reserve and the FOMC it's working. What they're doing is working. They've already slowed the economy down, possibly to a fucking halt, the way that it looks like. I don't think we're going into as deep a recession as people predict, but it's working. What the Fed wanted to do is working. I think that's going to be the narrative over the next month or two, is like, oh, why are markets getting a relief bounce? And again, whether it's a relief bounce or an actual, reversal of our fortunes, we'll see. But I think the reason's going to be because what the Fed is doing is working. I think it's actually slowing down inflation, i.e. growth, i.e. the labor market. Which is what they're trying to do.
We will see. Is it a holiday there on Monday?
What month is it? Really? What is it? June?
May 20th today. Yeah.
May Day? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a holiday here in Canada. Yeah.
Oh, it is. What do you guys celebrate? Well, what is this? What cute holiday? You guys are so cute up there. What holiday is it?
We refer to it as May 2-4.
You guys are so goofy.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna go pick up a pack of Molson Canadian there, and celebrate the Molson 2-4 out on the dock.
That'll be May 2-4.
Get out there on the boat, and I don't know what's May 2-4 long weekend.
What are you celebrating? This is great.
Why do we need the reason? Victoria Day. Oh, okay. Queen Victoria. Birthday. That's actually you don't celebrate the birthday of the Queen. That makes sense. That's fair.
We kicked them out of our country.
We still love our royalty, I guess. Queen Victoria.
I can't tell. Are you guys French or English? You're all very confusing.
No, we don't know. Honestly.
You don't
fucking know what we are, man. No, well, you know what? The majority of French is Quebec for sure.
Yeah.
We are obligated to have French on everything, though, and Quebec is not. So take that for what you will. English, that is.
What?
Canada, eh? Yeah. So yeah, it's a long weekend here this week. So cool. The weather is supposed to be shit, which sucks. I wanted to go out and get some golf in. Don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe I could sneak out for a round today. Who knows? Shit. Yeah, markets are interesting. The only reason I asked is because I was wondering if the market was closed on Monday.
No,
because long weekends play into things a little bit, right? Like no ish. Also had some stuff pulled up here. In case you guys haven't noticed, it's going to be a pretty relaxed show as we've been doing, and it's been nice in this time to just jump in. I'm also just going to throw it out there too, guys. If you have me on Discord, or you want to add me to Discord, and you want to jump up and hang out with us and talk too, I think that while we're doing these kind of chill, relaxed shows, that'd be great. So I can send you a restream link. You don't need a login. You don't need an account or anything to jump in and come chat with us. So hit me up in the DMs if you have me on Discord, and if you don't, shoot me a message in here and let me know that you've added me as a friend. And you can come up and chat with us too. I think we're probably pretty open to any kind of discussion right now, including stuff outside of crypto and NFTs. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like jamming out on the poker chat the other day.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was nice, yeah. A little TBT. You know what? I speaking of poker, I wish I could play more. I just don't think that I could ever get back into that mode. You know what I mean? Are you in the same boat? Like it really is like you do have to really work at it. And
Yeah,
build up
well, you know, I would play for fun at this point.
yeah.
I'd probably be a lot looser than I used to be. Because you know, like the World Series is actually started. They just started taking registrations at the cage over
May 31st.
Yeah, it's at the Paris. I found out. I didn't know where they were holding. I hadn't even looked. I just knew that it was done at the Rio, which made me sad. I mean, the Rio could have been the shittiest hotel in Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure it was one of the top shittiest hotels in Vegas. But you grow accustomed to something.
What's your favorite one?
The Wynn and the Cosmo are great.
Nice. Yeah,
it was nice.
I didn't stay at the Wynn, but we had to drop our rental off there.
The Bellagio,
nice.
The Bellagio also has a bit of my heart, given how important it was to poker, and it was very luxurious when it was built. Like, and it's nice, but it's not like a modern glass tower like the newer hotels.
The Cosmo and the Aria, man, are spectacular.
No, but I mean, Aria. Look, if you love poker, Bobby's room at the Bellagio it's Mecca. I mean, that is even if you just go and look who's playing there on a regular basis. I mean, it's the most important poker room in the world, minus Macau. I don't know fucking anything about Macau. That blew up after I got out of poker.
Yeah. Well, Phil's room Phil has the room in the Aria, right? I don't think that gets as much play. But
he's the house pro over
there. That's a great house pro to have. Oh yes, sit down and let Phil Ivey take all your money.
Yeah, there was controversy at the Aria because the Aria became like the hot poker spot after a while, and that was where a lot of the new money was going, and the pros were basically bribing the pit boss to stack amateurs at their table and stuff, and when rich people come, like they'd be tipped off, and look, that kind of happened.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. It kind of happens anyway, but it was egregious at the Aria. Like,
oh man, when a big fish, a big whale that doesn't know what they're doing, sits down at any of those tables, like cell phones light up everywhere.
Oh yeah,
get the fuck down here. This guy's dropping $1 million an hour.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the Aria. We stayed at it'll come back to me. The lobby was under construction. It was actually pretty nice though. Shit. I'll think about it. Going back to crypto and news and all of that stuff. It is funny. I don't know if you guys are having this in your day-to-day life, but people are quick to point out how down crypto is. Now, of course, the Terra collapse was really bad, but whenever this stuff starts happening, you see lots and lots and lots of articles about regulation, governments backtracking on it. Here we have Australia halting their crypto trading pilot, which was where they were allowing their banks to give access to their customers for crypto. G7 is saying crypto regulations need more. A bunch of this is around stable coins, but of course, I think the underestimated situation with crypto is that there is actually already lots of regulation and laws around them. Most of the gray area has been cleared up with them now. Of course, sometimes airdrops are a little bit in the gray area. NFTs definitely still remain in the gray area. Are they a collectible? Are they a security? No. Assets, all of these different things. But of course, when these things go down, people love to point it out to you. I think we talked about this on the show yesterday, but it is very funny, again, how that narrative goes down, because we look at traditional stocks, which we were just talking about and whatnot. We see the ARK ETF in the last 6 months is down 60% to $43. It was up over 100 for a while. Tesla in the last 6 months down 40%. Netflix down 72%. Amazon down 40%. So it's important to remember, like, if you're if you're feeling like you made a bad choice in crypto, don't. I wouldn't feel too bad about it. Most places you've stuck your money into, besides fiat, has been getting crushed, and I do think that's an important perspective that a lot of people don't talk about, right? Like, you know, even just being out for lunch yesterday, or sorry, dinner yesterday with some people, and they were like, "Oh, crypto's down bad." I'm like, "Man, everything's down bad. Like, what do you want, right? Have you checked your stock portfolio if you have one? Like, it fucking hurts." So, I actually get kind of like a little bit bullish on these things. Like, you know, I don't know. They're making headlines.
A news article had to put 2169 ETH in it. I don't need to see that in my life.
Where was that one?
Now we're at 20. Please, I would take 2169 at this point. I don't know. I just saw it.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. And then, of course, they love you until they hate you. WNBA fans are now very upset on
WNBA fans?
Yeah, WNBA
have
fans.
A voice now? I'm not even listening to NBA fans. What is this?
No. No, actually, Coinbase was really like expanding into the WNBA with a lot of sponsorships and stuff like that.
Did the three of them complain?
WNBA is actually pretty big, man. That's actually becoming a pretty successful league in the US of A.
Please, I want details. Tell me. I want to hear. And this is like those news articles where they like it's something controversial happens in a movie, like I don't know, they say retard or something like that, and then they're like, people are up in arms over, and they show like tweets of like people complaining about it, and I'm like, oh, so Jerry from fucking Michigan has a problem with the movie. Well, that deserves an entire spot on News Channel 4 tonight.
Yeah, you do see a lot of that for sure. I just, again, this stuff is it's. I don't know. It's good. I like seeing it. Yeah, get mad.
I want details. Let me, please. Is it? I want to hear the fans. I want to hear them. Scroll down to their tweets. You know it's tweets.
Yeah. So no, it's Becky says, I hate that the WNBA is framing their dumb sponsored crypto chat as female empowerment. Gal Pal Sports says, thought the idea is that we paid WNBA more and not less. I'm assuming. Making fun of the fact that crypto's value has tanked.
Okay, that was funny.
I'll give him some of that.
That young lady, good tweet.
But yeah, it's these funny headlines and articles that kind of come out during these times where Decrypt is probably scraping at the bottom of the barrel like we are sometimes too.
Just for context, they cited 2 tweets to write this article.
Yeah,
2. Everyone's up in arms.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Yeah.
WNBA is still hemorrhaging money, so now they need to scam people. That's a shit take. Yeah, there's some other ones quoted in there.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have something to talk about. Airdrop those guys some Luna. Brutal. Block that person. Adios. Boki dropped yesterday. The public sale went down. They're doing they had some contract issues. Some people were frustrated about that. Dreamer or Whitelist collab winner cannot mint. Now they're doing a first come first serve raffle on pre-mint, but doing all right. It's above above mint price. I think it minted at 0.066 and it's in at 0.152 right now. But yeah, Boki gonna be minting out the rest of them today.
Someone came into the RP chat yesterday and was like, "Hey, is anybody minting Boki? They're not moving very fast. Is anyone minting them?" And I said, "Well, they kind of look like human star catchers or human catchers." Like I figured he had known the concept.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like joking with him, and he responds, "Oh yeah, you're kind of right. I see that. But you know what? I really like the art." So you know, it just goes to show, like this is just NFTs. I don't know how many people were here during Star Catchers, how many people remember, or how many people care, because this guy did not seem to care and was just trying to see whether anyone else was going to get in there and buy one. Because he likes the art and he wanted to get it. And you know what? The art looks great. Not even
Yeah.
denying
I gotta
that.
say this pre-reveal. Where'd that go? There it is. That's
Art looks fabulous.
good looking art.
But I will say that Butrix has been removed from the team and the project, which is interesting. It's hard to get behind projects when the main artist isn't there anymore because the artist is the roadmap for a large, for all.
And now he's done that to 2 of them.
He's done it, but why did this fucking project let him go? Like what it's so confusing. I don't even know.
Well, I think it's hilarious that they kicked him out of his own project too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much
comes in and
he was a quote unquote founder on fucking Starcatchers too. So I don't even know what at this point these teams are doing. But look, I wouldn't be surprised to see a new Butrix project since he's not on this one anymore. Launch within 2 weeks of this one minting out. So get ready for that.
Moon Catchers coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's kind of cool.
He should do Cat Catchers.
This is a good. That's a good little animation there. That's good.
Yeah. No, it's great art. Great art. They look like small bros, to be honest. This is my main contention with this project. What is it? Look.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If it were incredibly original art, I like to point to something like Ivy Boys, which is the type of art we haven't really seen in NFTs, especially in a project that's popular, versus Boki, which is they're both fabulous art. It's just this looks like doodles, it looks like small bros, it looks like star catchers. What is it saying? That's all. So there's already 3 other projects out there that are relatively successful and have communities. I don't know what Boki is saying or doing different. So that's my gripe with Boki. Yeah, Ivy Boys cooled off a little bit, but still a nice
point
from Mint.
0.3 in 2000 in volume. Nice ownership spread too.
Definitely, keep your eye. Like right now, I just think that it's very hard for anything to hold its pump after Mint. Lots of stuff is fading, and it's just about identifying which of these are probably going to have legs when we come out of it. I think there's a good chance Ivy Boys have legs. It's one to keep an eye on.
Well, they definitely have legs.
Well said. That's rare. That's rare for a PFP.
It is.
Most
Yeah.
of them don't have legs. They're legless.
You know what though? I gotta say, I haven't really seen them as a PFPs. Are people using them as PFPs? Not really, eh?
The Ivy Boys?
Yeah.
No, but I mean they're barely out of day, so.
No, yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just a lot of times when you get those like kind of random hype projects, you see the PFPs pop up everywhere for a little bit, but yeah. GM home team, what up, D Nice? What's up, Aisha? GM dead. Yeah. What? Oh, that's in the AlphaMint chat. Yeah. GM's dead, guys. I'm keep saying it.
Don't be dead. It's not. We've replaced it. Salute.
Oh, I had a article pulled up, not for the actual article, but I think we've started something too. It's starting. It's happening.
A lot of things. I was listening to 1,000-person space 2 days ago.
And he's modest too, guys.
And lo and behold, what does the host break out? He goes, you know what? NFTs are attention tokens. I said, oh, motherfucker, tell me more.
Was that you?
No, it was not me. I said, oh, that's an interesting theory and concept. Where'd you hear that, fuckhead?
Did you say that?
No, I wasn't on stage. I was listening to the spaces.
Oh, you were listening to. Okay, I thought you were on the spaces.
No, it was a 1,000-person space, and it was an quote-unquote alpha space, and they had the revelation that NFTs were attention tokens. I thought that was quaint.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, so anyways, this article here. Azra Games raises $15 million for Play and Earn RPG with NFTs. A step in the right direction.
Nice. I mean, I'm telling you, with that, I thought that A16 news the other day is huge.
Yep.
We have
This
been
was from
talking
A16Z, by the way. Yeah.
right, and we're just talking about what is going to get us out, like what's going to rally when we come out of the bear market we're in, especially in NFTs. And I think it's going to be niches that aren't obvious, and it's not the stuff you've been buying for the last 4 months. It's play and earn, or play and own, and it's also generative art.
Right. Yeah, no, I was just impressed that the article had play and earn in the headline. We've kind of play to earn. That's going down. Now we just got to get that earn changed to own.
Correct.
We got this. Stay strong. Speaking of which, we did our Thursday spaces yesterday around the play and own ecosystem, and had a couple of really good guests, actually. That was a lot of fun talking to them. We had Big Dog from Battlefly. We had Fluke from Knights of the Ether. And then we had Dale Denton from Small Age. And that was a really, really good chat. I'm definitely looking forward to having them on again for sure.
Yeah, we chatted about L2
Yeah.
solutions for gaming, as these projects operate on the Arbitrum L2 using the Treasure ecosystem. And this is a very big debate within play and earn about how much you're paying per action, how to leverage L2s, what the friction is in getting people on there, how do you create bridges. Very interesting conversation, and that is recorded and going to be on our Star Wolves YouTube. So
yeah, I'm gonna start processing it after this after the show. Yeah, it's gonna be good. What do you know about chimpers?
That it's going to be a cook.
Yeah, is that the word on the street? Yeah, I've seen it talked about in a couple of different rooms, and then Bomber just brought it up. I saw it on the mint list today too. Chimpers, 0.07 ETH to mint, launching on the 20th. That is today.
The S&P 500 is about to go red. Just up to date. Yep. Welcome to OpEx.
Wait, do we want red or no? Not today.
What'd you say?
Do we want red or not today?
I don't even think it's going to last. This is OpEx. It's not even 11 a.m. They'll run it back both ways a few times. That said, this was one of the hardest weeks in markets. And if this thing gets slippery and loses a certain level, hell, it could surprise everyone and push new lows today. Never know. Never know with these things. But this is typical as to what happens during OpEx. So until it changes my mind, I think it's just whipsawing everybody right now. And,
yeah, crypto not really budging too much from it.
Yep.
Good stuff. Are you minting chimpers?
I wish. I don't have the allow list.
It's the allow list, yeah.
Yeah.
Fully allow listed?
I believe so, yep. Very, very hype.
Low supply too. That'd be good, yeah.
No, it's gonna be a cook. It's the one.
Nice.
Not sure what it is, right? But the art's good. I tell you, good art goes a long way, guys. You'd be surprised.
Pixel art. Chimpers Genesis.
And pixel art is just hot right now. Like, I keep saying it's
what
not.
The fuck?
What happened?
Oh, it's only on low volume. Well, no, I clicked on Chimpers Genesis. So I guess this is 90.
Well, there's 90. Oh, it's a Genesis collection, guys.
Yeah, 55 ETH floor. But I don't. There's
I
probably
don't think
like
they've
one
sold
for
any
sale.
price.
Let's look. Oh wow, 50 ETH, 35 ETH. I don't know. That seems weird. Something about that seems weird.
We wonder. I'll be watching these. This is just another situation where it's like it's obviously going to be a good cook for anyone who gets to mint. I don't know how long anything can maintain a good price on the secondary in this market. So just feels like Ivy Boys. Like it'll be a nice cook, but I'm not saying go in and buy it at the top. You could walk in down 40% tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been real gun shy about buying anything right now.
Well, I'm weird.
I'm probably one of the reasons why.
I've actually been buying a lot of stuff. I mean, there are some projects I'm obsessed with it, but you know, a lot of the stuff I do doesn't make sense. Like I am obsessed with Desktop System by Robness Official right now, and they're in no logical.
That's the one in your PFP on Twitter, right?
Yeah, that's the one in my PFP on Twitter.
They look good.
Now. His collection just dropped. He's one of the OG crypto artists in our game. Like he came up with Xcopy and shit. And his style is very vaporwave, type of thing. And look, it's literally read the site. It's what he's about. He's obsessed with vaporwave.
I fucking love vaporwave.
Yeah, me too. But it's an 11,000 supply. Okay, even that alone, it's like how big a cook can it ever be? And then on top of that, he's only minted 1,400 of them. So it's like, but you know, nobody in AlphaMint, none of the trader, no one's sitting there going, "Oh, I got to get these things." It doesn't look like it's going to be a cook anytime soon. Yet I buy these things. I don't know, something there. He's very important, and are people going to realize that? Like, Pranksy swept a bunch or minted a bunch. Cosimo minted a bunch. All the right people have minted them, but nobody cares. And I shouldn't say nobody cares, but it's not selling out and being some sort of cook based on that. So I don't know. I'm buying things I love right now.
Yeah,
it always worked for me.
And I would say too, if I'm going to be buying stuff, I think I'm getting close to that point where it's like it's time to just kind of shop around. And start loading up on some things. I'm starting to feel comfortable with that idea. I'm definitely not. Like, let's just take Begans for instance, right? Like, if I want 10 of them, I'm probably not buying all 10 of them at once. Like, I'll probably just buy one every couple days or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't think we're out of the woods yet, but I do think is lots of deals going on. And like we kind of pointed out yesterday, Weth offers, man. Just start shooting those around. Be careful with them, but
ETH would agree with you, as it just got knocked $40 off its highs. They want more, everybody. They're not going to let no breathing. They're going to put their foot on your neck again today. Nothing fun. Gotta love Opera. Damn criminals. Demons. Surrounded by demons.
Yeah, you got it, man. What do you got going on today?
Well, I'm checking out to see if Chimpers is going to be a cook. I'm hoping that a lot of the projects that I'm owning right now cook as well, and I'm just looking for cooks. Like if you know where there's a cook anywhere, I like cooks, and I'm trying to find a cook. So cook.
Yeah, short term, I'm not the person to ask for sure. I don't know what's going to be up or down tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I've said it before. I stay pretty bullish on the 10 KTF project. I don't.
Tell us about it, Art, dude. Tell us about.
No, I don't know what there. What's that?
Tell us about the research you did this morning.
No,
because you got an airdrop from them that turned into the cook.
Oh yeah, now you're just outing me right now. Yeah, so let's bring that up. So I hold. What's that?
It's entertaining. You have to turn those moments into entertainment, like me and the Clonex vial.
Yeah. Why, you want to talk about that?
No, it's your turn.
Okay, so I bought the a 10 KTF sneaker quite a long time ago, right when they first dropped. I think it was about 0.4, 0.5. They did kind of drop down. For those of you who don't know, this is a Beeple related project. Very lore intensive. They remain in care. Wagmi-san is the owner of a digital shop where you can kind of mint your a bunch of different profile pictures. They have like pudgy penguins, bored apes, mutant apes. What's this one?
That was a great time.
Pony Force. Yeah. Yep. They started with the kicks, and then they moved on to these backpacks, and now they have socks and stuff like that. Pretty cool. They do a really good job of like of being an interesting brand to follow. But a couple months after the drop, I think they did an airdrop to everyone, and it was the 10 KTF stockroom stuff, where you got materials or tools or something, a tightly wound thread spool, cute little thimble. I was fortunate enough to get the stupidly sharp scissors, which was one of the rare ones, and then the long ass measuring tape was the rarest one, and it allows you to build some of these, hoodies, backpacks, and stuff that people can, of course, overlay their profile pictures on. Getting that airdrop, the scissors were trading at just over an ETH right away, and I thought, wow, that's a nice little present as liquidity, and I sold it. And I did need liquidity at the time. I'm not gonna act like it wasn't a reason for it, but they are now trading at 7 ETH, so a little bit of cope there. But stupidly, remember, we always say eyes forward for a reason. As little as a month ago, they were actively selling for 25 ETH, and I had my cope morning of the session, or cope session of the morning. So, going back to the just 10 KTF though, this project got really low for a while. Like we're talking like lower than 0.1. Especially for like the backpacks and stuff like that. They did a partnership with Gucci, really, really successful Gucci Grail drop. I was fortunate to get one of those. So this project's actually delivered a lot of value to me just by holding those one pair of sneakers. But even after the Gucci Grail drop, these things went on a tear. I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago now. The floor price was actually up to 1.6, 1.7. The shoes even higher than that. I did hold on to them. But if you want to talk about a project that is continuing to work, continuing to do things, expand, and really just build on that floor price, this has always been one. And I don't think at this point like a 0.5 entry, if you have some like good extra liquidity, would be a terrible hold.
I love everything on the floor of the Pudgy Penguin. The Pudgy Penguins were so hot when this project came out.
Yes, very much so.
Hard to play. And fucking what is it?
Oni's in there too.
They're on the floor too. Oh, that's good.
Which ones do I have? I think I have the penguin. I think I have a penguins. They don't.
Oh, you still have the backpack stuff? Sweet.
I still have the shoes.
Oh, the shoes. Nice.
Yeah, I never sold those. I was like, man, I bought it for right here. I'm looking on a private screen, but I bought mine for like 0.44, and I mean it's given me 5x in value alone. Just from like these airdrops and the Gucci Grail thing and whatnot. So I feel pretty good about just holding on to those because there seems to always be something there with them. So if that's something that's of interest of you guys, I'm just telling you, like ever since their inception, they've done a great job, and seems to always be around. And for a 20K collection, there's always very few listed there. So go take a look at it.
You're the breast around.
Yeah, they got the wizards. Forgotten Runes wizard cults. Cool Cats are in there. World of Women.
Let's go check that floor this morning. Let's go check on that floor.
Are we doing our daily Cool Cats check?
Yes. Cover your ears if you're long. Oh, 3.9. You're up 0.2 from yesterday.
There you go. Bull market confirmed.
Yes.
Cool. All right. On that note, anything else you want to touch on? Anything going on this weekend?
There's a few things I want to touch on. But...
All right. Well, I'll just cut you off there.
There you go.
Playing. All right, friends. Let's wrap this up. Again, pretty relaxed show. Appreciate everyone tuning in on this lovely Friday. For those of you in Canada, I guess, enjoy your long weekend. You're celebrating the Queen's birthday. Happy birthday, Victoria.
Not even the current queen, the former queen.
One of the queens, yeah.
One of the queens.
Oh, yeah, it's Queen Elizabeth now, isn't it?
Yes.
Man.
Oh! Two! Oh! Excuse... Oh!
Tea and crumpets!
Birthday crumpets.
Uh,
Oh, all right, Bakram, I'm down. I'll talk about this as well. So yesterday, I've been in a precarious spot. My hero has been in downgrade mode,
Backroom just comes in and does the raid party thing
right?
every day.
And it's because of a UI glitch. I was able to find out that my hero was downgraded without me revealing it. What does that mean? That means it doesn't get downgraded until you reveal. So the calculus for me was, well, there's no reason to reveal until I have enough confetti to upgrade again. I might as well make the higher rate while I'm saving up confetti. So there's no reason to reveal. Now, to move ahead in the leaderboard standings so that you are eligible for the prize pool at the end, you have to do stuff every week. Even if you stay in the same spot, you will be penalized unless you play. You have to play. So instead of upgrading my hero last week, I just upgraded the fighters because I could still enhance them without it affecting the downgrade of my hero. Lo and behold, we fast forward to this week. I'm sitting on a big stack of confetti. It's time to figure things out. I hear a rumor in the Discord that some people who had been told they were downgraded weren't actually downgraded. The UI glitch was misinforming them. And when they did reveal, they had actually been enhanced. So I said, "Ooh, boy, wait a minute. Maybe it was a glitch. Let me get in there and do it." And I revealed it, and it was not a glitch. I was downgraded.
Nice pump fake there.
So, and for perspective, to downgrade, I had to unstake one of my fighters. So that cost me $22. It cost me $11 to reveal the hero. And then it cost me 1,750 confetti and another hero. The hero sits at a 0.4 floor right now. Confetti is about 50 cents. So I had to burn the hero, burn the confetti, and it worked. I was nervous as hell. Had I downgraded there, I don't even want to begin to calculate how much value I would have lost by doing that. Lo and behold, it enhanced successfully. I celebrate, but I'm just back to where I was. And because I haven't moved and other people are playing for that prize pool, they have now moved ahead of me. I have fallen back 7 spots on the leaderboard. So today, I will be attempting my second hero enhance in a week. And we are either going to slip out of relevance with a downgrade or a fail, or we are going to jump back into the top 10 and remain in the thick of things. Because while people like Pranksy and Peter and Soli and the people at the top there can spend to play, I am trying to not spend any extra ETH at this point, just use the confetti that's there. So we'll see. Going to be a fun day in that respect. News-wise, there is an AMA today with all their new communication manager, the team, to discuss guilds, confetti, certain announcements, and other things that are in the works. So tune in for that if you are a holder of that project. So Raid Party,
Heroes,
one of my favorite P2Es, along with Orcs, and there's a lot of great ones out there. So whether we're talking about Creeps or Metroverse or Star Wolves or Orcs or Raid Party, they are so undervalued and cheap that it is time to position yourself in one or a few of these games for the ensuing bull run in P2E, play to own, on-chain gaming.
Jesus, chill out. What the fuck? That one. Yeah, Heroes at 0.4 now.
Yeah, 0.1. There was some, prank.
Basically almost at parity now, right?
Yeah, almost.
Not the parity we were hoping for, but
with the fighters, yeah. If they got up to 0.45, they'd technically be at parity with the fighters.
Fucking OpenSea is going on here. I'm done with it.
Yeah. OpenSea's crashing. The market is at lows. ETH is testing 2K again to the downside. The goblins will not go away, everybody.
Hodl the line.
Hodl, yeah. I always hodl. I don't know. Everyone says hodl, right? But do you hold things? Like if I'm gonna go pick something up, do I hold it? No, I hold it. So hodl. I mean, who? I want you guys to vote in the chat. 1 for hodl, 2 for hodl. And I will be honest. I have heard R2's way more than I've heard my way. Most people say hodl. So, you know, damn, you bought a gen for 0.25? Hell yeah,
Down bad.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I also just want to remind everybody that free market used to say Zoog publicly.
Yes.
Allow me to drink coffee out of my moog.
Who knows where we would be had they adopted Zoog as the pronunciation? Who knows? We may have flipped apes by now. We don't know.
Yes, you could be right.
Yeah, we don't know.
I really can't tell you you're wrong.
Exactly. Game, set, match.
Got him. Zoog.
See, in retrospect, I guess it would be spelled with 2 O's, wouldn't it? Or or an umlaut over the U. And maybe these are German orcs, because if you put an umlaut over the U, it would definitely be pronounced Zug instead of Zug.
German orcs. I love it.
I mean, doesn't that make sense? Like
it could,
right? A medieval fantasy world like Lord of the Rings. And while they did film it in New Zealand, they all had English accents. So I will say that.
They did.
Thank you. Yeah. Case closed. Case closed.
You're right.
Yep.
You know what? Actually, have you ever seen the movie Valkyrie?
I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Tom Cruise, Nazi Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked the movie, but everybody else has an accent except for Tom Cruise, and like he just didn't even try for one.
What is he supposed to be German in the movie?
He's German. Yeah. He's like he's basically a Nazi defector. Like he's trying to bring down Hitler from the inside. No accent at all, but I actually kind of respected it because it's a lot less jarring than somebody who's trying to do an accent that just can't fucking do it, which is fine. I can't do accents, but
well, I think about that a lot, right? Like I'm a student of film and entertainment, and I'm always thinking in my head, like, what's the right thing? Is it dubbing? Is it accents? Is it subtitle? Like, if you were talking about, like, I'm an absolute purist and I'm trying to show something happening in a place that isn't the main language of the audience watching the film, how do you present? Because I've even thought to myself, look, this is all fantasy anyway. You're peering in on a world, right? Why not even they all just speak English? Like you could even make a case that if everyone just spoke like they spoke, that's fine too, because you as the observer shouldn't be there anyway. You're essentially God, right? And if you were God observing these things, you could just hear it translated in your mind however it was. You would just be able to hear things because you're omniscient.
I think it's just consistency within the movie or the TV show, right? Yes. Like if you have two different people from two different areas and you want to like display that with vocals, each area just needs to sound like each other, and it doesn't matter if it's in Germany and they're speaking with a British accent or whatever. It just needs to be. You need to hold that suspension of disbelief, right? Like once you break that, it's like you watch Star Wars or you watch Harry Potter, and like there's all these fantastical things going on, and most of them are completely unrealistic. But within that universe, it makes sense. You allow it to make sense because it. But they can break that suspension of disbelief by having one character that just won't die for some reason. They get shot 18 times or like a spell cast on them, and it's just like, well, that's not consistent with everything else that's happened, and that suspension of disbelief breaks. And despite the fact that everything else is unrealistic, that one thing kind of breaks the breaks the atmosphere, breaks the vibe. So yeah, I mean, if I had to answer your question, it would just be you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as it's consistent with the rest of what you're doing.
Right.
That's my thought. I don't know. I will say this though, like a lot of Netflix shows now are filmed and done in foreign languages. Well, foreign to us, like German or Japanese and whatnot. I much prefer watching them in that language and reading the subtitles. There's been a couple that have done really good jobs with the dubs, but by and large, like I don't know, I can find it very jarring.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm definitely a subtitle over dub guy. I guess for me, it was always like, is it okay when a movie goes to a foreign country and then everyone there is just speaking English in the accent of that country? Do you know what I mean? Like that,
Yeah.
or whatever. But, oh, look, I guess it doesn't even matter. It's again.
Well, some accents can be pretty hard to keep up with, if I'm being honest. And I'm not saying that in a rude kind of way, but if you're in like the deep into like Ireland or Scotland or even the UK for us, like it could be pretty tricky to catch a lot of what they're saying, right? What was that Snatch where Brad Pitt was doing the like the gypsy accent and you literally couldn't understand a word he was saying? Such a good movie. Good movie. All right, dude. You ready to wrap this up? Put a bow on it?
Yes. Correct.
Friday in the books, episode 127, March 20th. Appreciate you all sticking around. Again, pretty relaxed, light episode if you tuned in late. We were just talking about the markets, talking about some news articles. And we're kind of just in this holding pattern right now and just enjoying it with each other and enjoying it with you guys in chat. So we appreciate everybody talking out there and coming along for the ride with us. On that note, we're going to wrap the show up. We will be back next week. We love you all. Free market, get us out of here.
Good luck at the tables, D-Gens.